have the timer going. Thank you.
Oh.
It is September, which means that I can wear my sweater again. Even though it is 85 degrees outside. It's fall, guys!
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna do a wardrobe change during the first sprint because it's still not entirely cool in the garage tent. So
yeah, it's
anyway,
September technically, but it is not fall for us here at WIP Wednesday, on WIP Wednesday. At this.
No, it's fall. I'm just in a cement oven.
It's not a tumnel.
It's not a tumnal in my oven.
It's not a tumnal. We're a tumnelless.
Although, like, my oldest, because I wanted a cup of cocoa, so I was like, here, follow me with the kettle while I'm carrying my laptop and stuff. And
honestly,
he is like, it touched my soul so deeply because he was cognizant of the fact that I had not been streaming from the garage tent because it's been too hot.
Yeah.
So he just goes, oh yeah, the house has been feeling cooler. I'm glad.
So cute. Adorable children. I'm not sure how I feel about the lighting. It's so orange, which is a good look for me, like the warm lighting. But having the cool lighting in the back versus the warm lighting might be, I don't know. I took one of my film classes covered lighting design, and I enjoyed that class, but I don't have enough to actually do lighting design. But by being in the industry, I feel like, this reflects poorly on me. Actually, no, this makes when my face turns red. It turns even redder. So it might.
I feel that with so many things. I'm like, I know I have the skills. I just don't have the time to do the skills. Although we have 3 minutes, we should welcome anybody. Very quickly, WIP Wednesday usually is a 3-hour block where we work on nothing but our WIPs. However, because my primary WIP is scheduled to be with an editor in December, and I have not taken my PMDD medication since I got back from the convention, and I realized that today. Because I normally take it when I wake the kids up in the morning for school, and I have just been passing back out. So I'm a little anxious. I need to do some organization things, but I hope to finish them halfway through, since today is like the first official stream of September. I prefer to have my schedule finished and posted before. So I need to go do that. But like I said, that should not take long. It's pretty much done. I just have 2 changes I need to add. And then, so I'm going to go do a wardrobe change, finalize the schedule, and then decide what I'm going to work on writing-wise. Because I will work on writing today.
Yay! I am going to be working on Heir, then I'm going to be working on Storm's Heir, which is my gay dragon novel, just like usual. I did attempt to reach 100,000 words yesterday, but I was losing it. So I was like, actually, I'm going to stop and just stop for the night. So my goal during today / this stream is to reach 100,000 words. I'm currently at 98,601. So
nice,
pretty close. That's me.
I'm trying.
Sam has started getting scheduling planned because my phone is buzzing to the side.
Yes, I just need like 5 minutes of your time, maybe 10.
Yes.
I can't help it. My schedule for Mondays right now is CB and RP, CB, Matt and RP. Thinking of making it CB, Matt and RP. Just
give the people what they want. You could if you could do CB, Matt, and RP, you could just do Matt and RP. Not that I have anything better to do, but
no, it's currently just Matt and RP.
Okay.
No, Matt is unavailable. Matt is only available the 29th, so he definitely gets
The 29th.
priority.
My face is telling us to get started, so
Yes, let us away.
let's listen to her.
Hey yo.
I stood up and turned off my little light. My back, lower back, and like hips are killing me. I was sending Sam like little messages like, should I get like a fucking butt pad for my chair? But this chair is less than a year old, and I'm like kind of
Doesn't matter. If it's less than a year old and it's already causing body pain, it was not a good chair.
But it might be me and not the chair.
Okay, you can't replace you, so replace the chair.
But I could like, I don't know, hypothetically I could sit better because I know I sit poorly in the chair. I always want to have one foot tucked up underneath me, but I'm like, but
okay, but there's literally chairs designed for people who sit like that.
Yeah, but they seem like
no buts. You need the tools to help you, not you to adjust to the tools. It's not how it works. Trust me, as a dyslexic, I had to learn this. If the dyslexic font helps me read, I use the dyslexic font. I don't just struggle with non-dyslexic font.
And quirky, and buying another $150 chair is a lot of money.
I can't help that. You got to save up. Do you not remember the Sam's Butt Fund?
I have the money, but
do you not remember the Save Sam's Butt Fund?
I do remember the Save Sam's Butt Fund, but this chair costs money.
Okay. Did you get the same chair as me?
No. I got my chair before you. Because I had this chair already, but then I moved to Los Angeles and my dad has the chair now. And I bought a new one, but I bought this chair twice now. But I didn't like spend a year in the chair before. Why are we and so and like my legs hurt from standing even though I was standing for like less than half that sprint. I'm currently standing on like my little footrest for when I'm sitting in the chair. It has like a memory foam, like, so I unzipped the bottom of it and then I actually layered a blanket on top to stand on for my heels because I know there's like standy things you can stand on. My mom has one because she has a standing desk and she sent me the link. It's like over $100 and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, get it, girl, but and then
I just sent you.
But then the ones when I look online are people wearing shoes standing on them, and I'm like, I don't wear shoes when I'm in my own home. Yeah, okay, so I've seen that, but then I've also seen people be like, this is a scam, it falls apart. Or this one only has 30 reviews, where it's like, oh, this is actually really bad for you. I don't know. It was me doom scrolling on TikTok yesterday, looking at chairs, and people being like, oh, ADHD-ers, which I hate that term. This is just me being a hater now, guys.
No.
People with ADHD, like, sitting on the floor. And
look,
I'm like, I have a standing, a sitting, and now you want me to get a sitting on the floor desk? I just want to be able to sit there and write and not have my body hate me.
Look, I understand. I have a love-hate relationship with the term migrainers. Like, this is a thing I'm actively choosing to do. That and migraine sufferers. I'm like, I prefer sufferers, to be honest, because I suffer from migraines, but migrainers is the more commonly used tone, and I'm like, this makes me sound like a journeyman. Like, I've become an expert in migraine. Like, also, hold on. Hello, Lynn. See, Lynn.
I'm being excessively dramatic right here, but I think part of the reason in my head is just a little bit of this. It sounds so dramatic, but it's a little dehumanizing to be ADHDers or migrainers rather than like people with migraine. Like I know that is such a strong word for something that doesn't matter that much. But I'm like,
it does.
That's why it sticks in my head.
Okay, you are correct. That is actually like a that's a big thing. It's a big part of the discussion, especially in the disability community. Like it's there's like a huge conversation. I'm going to use autism as the example just because it's so well known and whatnot. But it's like, you know, is it autistic? Is it somebody with autism? Is it an autistic person? And like different people prefer different labels. There is like a general consensus on what the medical community should use, and that's like somebody with autism or somebody on the autistic spectrum, because it is human and then condition.
Human with thing.
But then, like, for certain communities, they prefer to use the term as an identifier just because it helps one find community. But like it is a slippery slope, and it can be dehumanizing. Like it's like, oh hey, ADHDers, and it's like there's more to me than I mean, I'm not. You know, I don't have ADHD, but yes. No, I get it. It's like dyslexics. There's more to me than my dyslexia, but at the same time, my dyslexia is such a core, fundamental part of how I function as a human being that for me, I don't mind it, but it's like my dyslexia and my migraines also function, but at the same time, that's not like me. That's just things that affect me. So
I'm not a depressioner. I have major depressive disorder, but I'm not a depressioner. That feels like I live in the 1930s.
Let me hear.
Actually, no, I am a depressioner. I'm making this a thing.
Where are my depressors at? That makes me think of like
any sort of cushion, and I'm like, I'm a depressioner.
It's like, where's my depression? That makes me think of those. That makes me think of those like wooden things that they use at the doctor's office, the tongue depressors to.
Yeah, that's our symbol. We get little like pins.
The pin. Lynn says I have the same problem though.
No, we're just showing that this specific little wooden thing is the thing that at the dentist's office. These mistakes we get a lot.
Lynn has the same problem though. Sore from sitting too much, sore from standing too much. A sitting mat for my standing desk did not help a little, did help a little, but not 100%.
Yeah.
All I can really do is tell you that like when I went looking for a chair, I specifically went looking for a chair that fit my physical personality. And my physical personality is that I tuck my legs under me a lot. I have them in front of me. And so like I sent you a picture. I got a chair that has an adjustable footrest. So if I'm leaning back, I can kick the footrest out and stretch my legs a bit. If I'm sitting forward, I pull the footrest to the edge of the chair. And because of that, I comfortably put my right foot not under me, but right in front of me. So I'm not actually sitting on my feet. So I'm not like causing my legs to fall asleep. It's not really affecting my blood pressure or anything like my old chair did. And I can also like move so that I'm like, at the moment I'm actually sitting on my hip and my thigh as opposed to on my butt. So because I can shift around a lot, I don't score, and I like, and this headrest, I have a ponytail, therefore this headrest is amazing. I can like do this, and it always moves with my ponytail. So if like I have a low ponytail or a high ponytail, I can move that thing. That was a bonus discovery.
I almost never touch my headrest. Like I paid extra to have a headrest, but I'm like never actually. I don't think my head touches my headrest.
I have a little cushion that's supposed to be for back support, but let me tell you, the thing is so small because of the way I have. It's just sort of like shoved down there. It's my extra butt support.
I know that like, I can't sit crisscross in this chair. It's like an inch or two too small. And I think that's part of the issue because I can only have one foot and it has to be like tucked up under me. There is a home office desk chair that's the same color, but it's cheaper to buy it in black. It has a little foot thing. But I'm also can I just buy a separate footrest?
Like Lynn was saying, it is an investment. So like it's worth saving up for the chair that you think will do. And a lot of them have return policies. So I would like get the chair, use the fuck out of it, and then like if it works, it works. If not, it doesn't. I will say a lot of the reviews for this chair, they were like the butt cushion. They're like, oh, it stopped working within like a month. Mine's just fine. I don't know what's wrong with their booties.
No, I know.
It's 4 minutes, and I actually wanted to talk about my progress, so I'm gonna steal it for me. Okay. So I finished. Well, I did my wardrobe change. I finished the organizing the schedules for the month. CB and our book talks are returning. We had to stop because CB was concussed, but she's good to go now. So book talks are coming back.
I'm gonna hit a JoJo pose. You guys can't even see me.
No, I saw half of it. Then so I pulled up the Sweetest Secret, and I was like, I don't know if my head is good, but I'm gonna try. And I was just gonna do a read through, but then like the first 2 sentences, I was like, nah, I can fix these. So I'm full on doing it. But then I got to my first, like the barest hint of sweet parentheses magic spice name, and I'm like, oh no, I made my magic spices and herbs, but I did not name them. And I'm like, that's not. So I was like, well, also naming them is kind of like dicey because
yes.
I needed to decide what cultural thing, and I'm like, no, for me, I want to lean a lot more into doing Nordic, Scandinavian inspired stuff. So I was like, that's just what I'm gonna do. But because I am me, I was like, let me look. This is a spice that's going to help muscles. Let me look up the etymology of the name mussel before realizing, no, I'm naming plants. I don't need that, but that doesn't matter because what happened was I discovered that cultures throughout the world have named their words for mussel are inspired by mice. Because the way the mussel moves makes them think of like a little animal moving through the body. So most cultures that
more than one culture did that?
No, it's Latin. So like the Greeks did it, Vietnamese, Chinese. Like I went through and I looked, and there are a lot of them.
That's fucking iconic as hell.
I know. I was like, oh my god. So now my plant that heals muscles and muscle strain and everything is going to look like a little mouse. And I went with like the most common word for mouse or for a rodent in Scandinavian culture is mus, moose. And then I was really like, can I call the tonic moose juice? And I can.
You're calling it, I'm sorry, what?
Moose juice.
Okay, I heard right. I was just checking.
But the spice is not called moose juice, so that will not be in this because she baked the spice into a tart or something. I gotta double check, but either way. But so the plant will be something like have to do with mice because I've decided the plant itself is gonna kind of look like a little mouse. What do you mean? You know, Lynn, little mice. Mice are cute, and plants are wild with how they can look like other things. So I think it works very.
I think it was the existence of mice crawling under your skin that might have been it.
Oh yeah, no, I first read that like if you go back toward the end of the sprint, you'll see like at some point my face goes. Because I was like, wait a sec, but like a little plant with like gray petals with like little pink ombre on the inside. I know how I want this plant to look now. It's in my notes. So my fuck up with etymology sent me down a really fun path that I was like, yes, this is the research. We always forget.
So loud. I wrote 463 words. Don't show their ad.
I can't. You're in control of that part too, you know.
I know, but I was just panicking.
It's fine.
Right. I am writing this scene. I called my dad during. I know we're during to the next sprint, but I called my dad and asked him if like a blow to a certain place would make someone throw up, and he's like, "Yeah, kind of." And I was like, "Okay, I have to change it because I can't have Jason throw up on his opponent."
Okay, well, here's the thing: it doesn't have to, but it can.
Yeah, that was the conversation because Jason's like pinned against a wall from the guy running at him, and the guy's like shoulders around his chest. He doesn't have boobs, but it's around his chest, and then he's like doing very quick like hits to Jason's like core.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Jason, his soldiers, they ran into their soldiers like earlier in the chapter, or Jason's soldiers, and all of the soldiers are like, "You have no supplies. Here's our cloak. Here's a pair of boots for your friend. Here's my armor. Please, you are our prince."
Ma'am, we have to go into the sprint. I cannot pause it this long. We're back. Lynn wrote about 600 words, so she hit her 800 words for the day and went to sleep.
I've been lost in the sauce. No, that's not the term. But I've decided to stand up during the breaks, to try and like keep blood flowing. I don't know. I'm trying some stuff. But I spent that time, I wrote less than 50 words probably. 49. And then kept looking at stuff for chairs. I picked one. It's on sale for $90 right now. I texted my parents about it. They responded, you should also work out. I was like, yes. Which is true. My body will.
Yes, but that's not gonna.
Sitting still better if it is healthier, which I have my first I have a workout class on Friday at noon. So it's free. It's a free first class. That's how
Nice.
they get you.
It is.
So that was my response to that. But I looked up, my family has a Consumer Reports login, because of course we do. And so I looked up best desk chairs, and this brand showed up, not the particular chair, but the brand of this chair that I have does not show up. My mom asked, you tried using it for rest.
I finished revising the first paragraph. The revisions are going slow because, as opposed to just doing the like quick revisions going through, my brain is like, no, we're doing this line by fucking line, and I'm like, okay, whatever you want. And so, doing some in-depth revisions right now. And then, like, right before the timer went out, it was, like, mixed into, I need another magical spice, which is one for fatigue. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I got the spice. I just have to name the spice. So next sprint, I'm probably going to look into, like, the etymology of some things so that I can decide how I want to name my plant for fatigue.
Nice.
I'm debating if I'm going to go with a mint plant.
The meat plant?
Mint.
Oh, I'm like, fun. I know there is a plant that tastes like rotten meat.
There is one, yes.
But
it doesn't taste like rotten meat so much as the carnivorous plants put off the smell of rotten meat to attract flies and other insects so that they can eat them. So, I mean, it might taste like rotten meat, but that's the thing.
People haven't gotten that far to eat it. Oh, this smells terrible. Let me eat it. Oh wait, we're fully on stream. I can't just walk away and start doing things. Anyways, I'm writing what?
I said a fight scene?
Yes, but I've gotten to the point in the fight scene. Jason is a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to get his shit rocked. And I'm worried that he gets his shit rocked too often because I love him. But he is out of his depth.
Oh. He gets his shit rocked too often because I love him. We got to talk about how you express your love.
I do love him. I think having him beaten up is funnier. But it's fully... He's not a damsel in distress, but golly gee, he is in distress quite often. I think I have one fight scene in the book where it's him versus like normal soldiers, and he like dominates. And then every other fight in the book is a magical opponent or like someone with just tons more experience than him, because like he's great, he's also 20, and yeah, like prime physical, but years of experience and keeping your body in like a honed state beats out, hey, I am really good but I'm 20, every time. Not every time, but every time for Jason, and that sucks for him. So he has, I was wrong, he has like 2 or 3 maybe where he gets to be physically has prowess. And then every other time things don't go well for him.
He's our darling damsel.
Yeah, so I'm like literally looking forward and slightly worried in when I reread it. I'm gonna be like, God, Jason, like, is Jason the like weight? What's the term? Like the heavy, not heavyweight, useless weight. There's a term in there. I don't know. Baggage, somewhere like that. I don't know. Hanger on. I don't know. Rye's doing a quest, and Jason is coming too, and I need to make sure it doesn't get to
Dead
the
weight?
point. What? Dead weight.
Dead weight.
Yes. I need to make sure it doesn't get to the point where if Rye just leaves Jason behind, he'll have a much easier time. Which at one point Rye does leave or considers leaving Jason behind. He doesn't actually do it, but not because Jason's like a baggage or anything, but because Jason called Rye baggage. Not actually.
Jason, look in the mirror, motherfucker.
This is before everything goes poorly for Jason, honestly. Because he like things go poorly. Like Rye, something targets them because of Rye, and then Rye gets hurt, even though the second thing was targeting Jason. And Jason's like, "Hey, you're getting injured. This isn't your mission. Like, rest." And Rye's like, "Fuck off. I do what I want." And Jason's like, yeah. They like have a full argument about it, because conflict is good. And then Jason, then they separate. Jason's getting his shit rocked for the first time in the book. And Rye's like, I'm gonna leave him behind. I'm not gonna leave him behind. I kind of want to just leave him behind. But he doesn't because plot, and also he wouldn't. No. But it is, yeah, Jason, damsel in distress hours. Again.
If he left him behind, he might just die.
He would have just died. Or been in prison forever. One of those.
Turn off my camera, don't worry.
Neither one of those are good things.
Look inside. Have you been looking for those? Oh my god. I don't know how they ended up there. So those are the ones you've been looking for, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you may go now. Oh, go babysit the dogs and tell your brother he doesn't have to anymore. Don't eat them.
Who's Nancy doing the cool?
It was a book that was randomly in the card product, and since Chelsea likes Nancy Drew, I took it.
I never would have Nancy Drew. All I want.
Do you want it?
No. I want it.
But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to having this, making sure that everything's balanced, because like I want to keep the relationship balanced, but they each have strengths and weaknesses, and they need to get into shit and not just like fly through everything. So they need to have weaknesses. Or like this situation, even though they have strengths, like it's too much for them. You know.
I got you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm up to. I definitely didn't really work at all that sprint, but I'm gonna stop looking at desk stuff and do that now. And that was our first 30-minute, right? So we have one more 30-minute, then a 15-minute, right?
Correct.
Hi, Pureblind Gamer. Pureblind Gamer says, hello, CB. Hello, Sam. Lurking from my madcap excuse for a job. I hope you're doing well. And then it's a little robot face. I hope you're doing well too, man. It's been a while. I hope work isn't too mad. We out here we're writing a lot. But I'm considering streaming until I reach 1,000 words today. You are obviously free to go about your life, but
Okay.
I might either keep streaming or switch to a different stream. Which I'm only 1,000 words away. Actually, maybe I won't do that because I'll be.
I commit to being here with you. I do not commit to working the whole time.
Yes. I'm like, it's only going to be probably like 250 words more to do by the time this stream ends, depending on how productive I am in the next hour. But it won't be too much. Gamer says, break a leg with your writing today. Thank you so much. I'm sure you can make it another 1,000. Thanks, man. I've been plowing through my book, and I'm really excited about it. It's good. But I'm to a point where I'm like, every scene I write, I'm like making sure I'm doing everything the way I want to and like breaking it down by hand a like second time when I already have my outline, which is super detailed, but I've changed some like lore and world building stuff. So I'm definitely like pulling in stuff that doesn't quite, I don't know, I'm wrapping things up. A lot is happening, and so it's definitely.
She's getting towards the ending of the book, so a lot of her threads and stuff gotta be tangled
me
to
more
untangle.
anxious. Yeah. Go ahead. It's making me more anxious about writing. As I'm writing, like, oh, am I doing this well? Am I doing this good? Rather than like more towards the middle of the book where I'm like, okay, I'm coming up with new stuff and incorporating in, versus now I'm like, okay, I have all this stuff and I need to wrap it up in a way that people are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
So if it makes you feel better, I never actually finished writing the first book that I ever like it was the first book I set out to write. I never finished it because I got to the point where I'm like, now there's going to be a big battle. I don't want to write a big battle. Never. I have the manuscript in my closet still.
Wow. With the Willow True trilogy, I wrote so book 1 and book 2, and then book 3 there is a big battle, and I got a third of the way into book 3 and I didn't get to write the big battle at the end because I realized I needed to rewrite book 1, and then just never kept going with it. But it wasn't because I didn't want to write a big battle. I really do want to write a big battle, but like a war kind of battle, not just like fights with my 10 characters or whatever versus a bunch of baddies. Because I wrote those.
I know my big battle. Like I had set up the world building, and this was back in high school, mind you.
Yes,
so
mine
I
as
set
well.
up the world building and everything, and it was like they had gathered their army and they were about to go fight another army, and I was like, I don't want to write. I don't want to write too. And so I just did that.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm almost there. I almost get to write war.
No, I fucking hate it. I have so many grand plans, but in reality, I don't want to write grand plans. I just want to write cozy romances. But I have no ideas for cozy romances, so I'm just gonna keep
yearn for the battle. I yearn for the war.
I'm just gonna keep shooting myself in the foot and write adventurous romances that then make me do things I don't want to do.
I think it's funny that your like some of your favorite books being the Dark Hunter series
They're weirdly cozy. Oh, hold on. During the next sprint, I want to talk a little bit about dark romances because I'm learning things. And I like to share what I learn.
Hello. Why do you have that concerned look on your face? Oh, it's because the playlist.
Their playlist stopped, and I am unsure why.
I just grabbed from downstairs my new desk thing that I impulse purchased yesterday, which was a desk riser, and I hate it. It's too. Wait, I can lower my fucking monitor. Oh wait, that's why I bought this. I casually forget why you buy things. Okay, I can't do this during the stream because it's gonna be very wobbly. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know why the playlist stopped playing, but I fixed it, so that's all that matters.
Okay. Makes my whole desk more secure. Okay. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. It's like one of the risers so I can put stuff underneath my monitor. We'll see how long this lasts before underneath my monitor just becomes like a graveyard for sticky notes.
Well, I named a mushroom for helping with fatigue and indigestion. So I was like, a lot of plants were named for their looks and or like if they were used a lot.
Yes.
For a specific thing. So I was like, I desire for this mushroom to look like a cloud, the cloudiest of cloud, and I want somebody to have looked at this mushroom and went, that is a cloud mushroom.
Name it Rye. Sorry, no, you have your whole thing. Yes.
No. And so I was like, I like I said, I'm trying to have like Nordic roots for a lot of things, and so like it's sky salt. I'm like,
Skyfall.
Here's the issue. A lot of it's not an issue for me, but it's gonna be an issue for fantasy settings in general. Is because a lot of people are used to like, also real quick RP. At least another half hour, but CB definitely wants to hit 100,000 tonight, so we will continue streaming until she does so.
Yeah, and then I'll probably do streams in the server more after that. I'm at 99,276.
Yes. So the thing is that a lot of people, they're like, oh, like when you have fantasy and stuff, they're really used to people using like Greek, Roman, or Latin as like their base for their fantasy languages and stuff. But I'm like, I'm not using Greek or Roman things, and nor do I plan to. So I'm like, I feel like I don't want that to work the same, right? And this is my magical community. I could still like for my more contemporary fantasy settings, I can still like justify it because it's like, oh, but Latin is a dead language and it is used in the medical field because it is a dead language and therefore it does not evolve and stays consistent. Yeah. But I'm like, but I want to be able to just pop these into the majority of my fantasy worlds without renaming things. So that's why I decided to use the Nordic thing. But we have like Nordic, while it has Germanic roots, you know what else has Germanic roots?
English,
German, Scandinavian, English, all Germanic. Also, a lot of the a lot of the Scandinavian immigrants to America were put in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. So a lot of them have like more focus. A lot of them have a lot of the Midwest accent is just the evolution of the Scandinavian accent with English. So like apparently a lot of people in the Midwest say milk. And that is literally the Scandinavian word. Well, at least it's the Norse word for milk is milk.
Okay.
It's just
I was running to the exact same thing with my language because I was like, oh, with making Draconic, like I'll go off of the only other language I know, which is German. Like I took 5 years of it. It sounds right when I hear it. Like it sounds like real words because it is. And so I was like, I'll go off of that. And then I was like, this is just fucking English. Like, this is, I forgot the reason I liked German so much, because it was like.
It has the same root. I'm not changing it. I want it to be this way. It's staying this way. And
good.
in my opinion,
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, and in my opinion, especially for my contemporary fantasy, I think it makes even the mostest sense. So that it still kind of sounds like our language.
I went with I made a list of the German, Latin, and Japanese words for things, because I like the sounds of those three languages. And I wrote out all the words and then like looked at like syllables and sounds and like kind of pulled from there. Which means some of my words don't quite fit with the rest of my words, but I'm still like building the language. So I was like, oh, I'll add words. Like my word for like a sleep spell is somru, and I was like, that's slightly different from more like akum or hal or stuff like that. So like, I'll build more words.
Also, like culturally, and this would affect your etymology, you have an empire that like conquered other cultures and stuff, so it would make sense that some of that influence like comes over, as long as like it's a consistent thing.
It would have if this was the language of the empire, but this is the dragon's language. I keep alternating whether or not if I want, I mean, I do want to, but if I have the ability to have different nations in my book have different languages, like especially with Throne. Thank you. Yeah, RP, that is around 2 sprints. With Throne, which is my Scandinavian Norse inspired land. It's not quite, technically it's a country, but it's a collection of islands, which can be a country, but you know, they're more, the empire has designated the Throne country. And I'm like, but they're separate from the rest of the empire, which speaks English, basic, whatever. I'll come up with a word for that. But I want kind of to have this isolationism that comes with Throne shown up in language. But I suck at making language. Like this, like making my dragon language, of which I'm using a couple words, is a lot for me. But maybe my second language will be even better. And the reason I'm like, okay, the Thronic language, is because next book, the male lead is from Throne. Like that's the reason this country is more fleshed out than my other, like there's a seafaring country which I might have to change the name of, but that one's not as fleshed out as Throne, because
from what I have seen in the chat, you're doing a really good job building it.
Thank you. I think a lot of the like how to make a conlang, whatever, how to make your own language videos are like the words you've come up with and write them out. And I'm like, when I was watching those videos, I'm like, I haven't fucking come up with any words. That's why I'm here. But now I have. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I can go back and revisit those videos and stuff and work from there. Because technically, I was like, I realized that it's not just like one word here and there in spells that is being said in Draconic. In my book, there's full like there are actual dragons later that they're talked to, and from Jason's perspective, it doesn't sound like anything. It sounds like Draconic. He doesn't understand. So for Rye's perspective, I just write out the English. But for Jason's perspective, I'm like, I'm gonna have to figure out what this sentence structure is and stuff like that.
So, I will say, you don't actually have to.
But
it sounds like you want to, and therefore, yes.
I have to be able to be proud of my work. Like I have to put in that much, enough effort it feels like a cop-out personally if I don't, just because I want to spend so much time in this world and I want it to be as developed as possible, which is also why I'm like, oh, I should come up with a language for Throne and Odetha and everything else. So
I choose to be clear to those who are watching that I have the exact opposite opinion, in that it is bonus to have those languages written out, but it's not a cop. It's actually kind of like the standard level of effort. Like, if, especially, I will use contemporary as an example. If we're talking about like one character going to another and it's like, oh, they were all speaking like, main MC didn't understand a word they were saying. Their language sounded lilting or this or that. Or like if they're going like MC overheard the harsh guttural language between the two and realized they were from this region. That's the standard. So it's not a cop out to do it that way. It's all about the execution. It is in fact bonus work, and if you want to do that bonus work and it can be really fun, then yes. But it is in no way lesser to not go out of your way to create a whole new language. Just not everybody's brain works that way, and it is a shit ton of work. And I know like a lot of people will hold Tolkien to like as the standard. I'm like, no, that motherfucker was a linguist. Like that was his hobby. He did that. And I know this is coming from the bitch who was just like, yeah, I was looking up the etymology because I wanted to name my mushroom this. But like, again, it's a passion of mine. I love words. I like to know the origin of words and stuff. At the end of the day, my mushroom is still named cloud mushroom. Like,
for me, it's what I said is for me and not for any, like, it's not something I bring to reading other people's stuff or anything like that. It is just I have plot points in the two that involve language. And language in book one is a whole reveal thing. Like, it's a mechanic of the plot is ability to understand language. And then in book two, a bonding thing, like another plot point is going to be language. So I'm like, I feel the way for me best to tell my story is I have to fucking come up with the languages.
Yeah, like I said, I think it would be more efficient and healthier to reframe the discussion as, this is a lot of work, but this is something that I really want to do because it's something that I want to explore in my writing. And I would like to add this level of thing, as opposed to looking at it, well, if I don't do this, then my work is lesser or I am not doing well. Because like, I would love to discuss like your passion for this, and that, like you said, it's going to be a plot thing and it's a plot reveal. And so speaking of it in a more positive framing and work, it's like you're doing all this, you're looking into the conlangs and stuff. And yeah, it's a struggle and it's hard, but you're doing it and you're doing it well. And I especially love the word hauled for like shield or protector, in part because, like you said, you were looking at Germanic things, and I was looking at it as because it means shield. And I love the way, though poor German gets shit on for how it sounds all the time, I love the way German sounds. Rammstein was one of my favorite, although Rammstein is a Russian band that sings in German. That's a whole other thing. But the point is they sing in German, I think. Or is it the other way around? I gotta double check that. But I'm pretty sure they're a Russian band that sings in German.
But yes, German definitely gets a bad rap for the way it sounds. And this is going to be such a funny sentence to say if anyone understands German, but it's the only one I can off the cuff say fluently, is Darf ich bitte zur Damentoilette gehen? Which is, may I please go to the ladies' restroom? Because we were only allowed to ask in German, so it's like the first thing I learned, and then I never forgot it. Like, you could only go if you asked it in German. And so, but I think it's still it's asking to the bathroom, but I think it sounds really nice. But yeah, so I think German's a great language. But
I know readers really love when conlangs are well developed and stuff because, like, oh my god, how many Trekkies know how to speak Klingon?
my dad is very much in. He when I share stuff about world building with him, he's like, you gotta put the effort into it. Or imagine one day like someone, this is their fandom and they like devote something to that, and like you're gonna have your people walking around speaking your draconic language. You gotta do them justice. And I'm like, that
No, I don't. They can live with
standpoint, but also you're stressing me out.
Nah, don't look at it that way. I'm a fight. Because, like I said, I'm gonna pause real quick. Like I said, I don't think that's the right attitude to take toward it because that is not the standard. You can literally name the fandoms that do that with less than 2 hands.
Yes, no, absolutely, 100%. And I don't think my books are going to get to that level. But it for me, it's yes, don't think like that, but it shows that he believes in me, and that's really nice to see. Or at least part of him believes that I can get to the level where people are going to want to name their cabins after the dumb fortress in my book. Which was a thing. But all right, I'm ready for the next sprint.
Okay, here we go. Hello. I am like halfway down page 1. And I named 3 herb spice plants. One's a mushroom, one's an herb, one is being used as a spice. So the CCB is still very focused, so we're gonna give her a little bit. You're fine.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just finishing a thought about my magical sconces. I think that's the right word. They're magic torches.
I was about to say, are they a type of torch?
Yep.
Then sconce could be the word you're looking for.
There's like the holder thing, and then instead of having an actual torch in it, it's just there's a rune carved into it. So
Nice.
The runes are the things actually glowing. Every time I have a magical world, I'm like, okay, this one will be different. So then it always comes back to having some sort of runic script. I'm like,
you like what you like.
I like what I like.
You do what you do.
If I wanted to go full languagey, I would plan out what these runes look like, and they'd be part of the draconic language, which would be runic. Or dragons don't have a written language. That was a human creation. This just in. Actually, maybe they don't. I don't know.
Then how is the rune for it on the sconce? Unless humans developed?
Humans created their own...
Okay. Their own written language to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's currently a 3-page story, and I'm halfway through page 1. I will say page 3 is less than half a page, so. It's a short story right now. It's only 1366. Actually, it's a flash fiction right now. We'll see if it stays a flash fiction.
Is it over a flash fiction?
Huh?
I thought it would be over a flash fiction.
No, flash fictions can be 1,500 or less. Oh. We do 1,000 on flash fiction free for all, but flash fictions, I believe, are 1,500 or less. Anything like 1,501 is a short story.
Cool. I am currently using a trash can flipped upside down with a cushion on top as a footrest. It's actually quite nice. I am at 99,437 words.
So under normal circumstances, we would be ending WIP Wednesday. However, CB has decided to continue going. I'm going to try to keep revising. However, storms are incoming. Like I took all my medication before the stream to fight off the migraine for the storms, but my brain is slowly doing the brain fog, which I am upset about because I was doing so fucking good with the revisions. But I'm going to try to keep going and see how far I get.
This is the most I've seen of Artemis in a while.
She's been obsessed the past couple days. Also, because I'm back in here, and in here she has places she can go.
Storm visited us last sprint. I don't know if she was even visible on camera.
She's been so obnoxious. I was trying to play my Switch last night, and she tried to stand on the Switch, which she has never done before in her entire cat life. She knows better. So
Storm I picked her up and sat on my keyboard, which she's never done before. Like fully.
So I picked her up and I put her on the floor, and she looked up at me offended, and I looked at her offended, and I was like, "You know better." And she did not try to do so again. She instead got on the bed. I have this pink heart-shaped pillow that's like #1 mom or best mom or something like that. And it's not the most comfortable to lay on because of all the glitter and the words and stuff. So what I use it for is a cat decoy. So I lay on it until like it smells like me, and then I just put Artemis on top of it. And she fucking loves laying on it. So
it's probably a texture thing. It's like cats in concrete.
well, no, I flip it over because she won't lay on the side with the words, so I flip it over. But
my cat is currently standing underneath my desk, but I'm giving her loving, and as soon as I stop, she will lose it. She's been trying to get me to feed her earlier and earlier. Yesterday, she tried to get me to feed her at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm like, girl, what?
sorry, she was itching, and then I turned and I put my nose on her cheek, and she looked at me like, excuse?
How dare you? But yeah, I finished the fight, and now they're gonna go do more stuff.
I would like to share with everybody how I have named because we all know that I named named the mouse flower mouse, which helps with the muscles and the things, and I named the sky mushroom cloud mushroom.
Yes.
Because apparently sky in Old Nordic and Old English originally just referred to clouds. So it didn't come to refer to the atmosphere until science evolved.
Good for science.
So, yeah. Silly science.
What did they...
And I was like, okay. I looked up why lavender is named lavender, if it was just because of the color or another reason. And it's named lavender because of the Old English word that meant laundered, because lavender was used so much in washing laundry.
Wow.
And I was like, huh. So I decided to take that, and I was like, all right, so this herb is going to have, like, I want it to be like my migraine herb, right? And I'm like, in the biggest, like, in my little world, they would have like connected that the source of the symptoms and the pain would be storms, and the herb would be a relief from that. Mm-hmm. So my herb is named Storm Relief. And I am so pleased with this.
Yes.
The actual words are horrendous and ugly, but well, at least the word for storm and rain, because there's several words for storm, and I went with the one for storm and rain.
Mm-hmm.
But Licken is that it's used for relief, specifically, like it's associated with healing and remedy, and I was like, ooh, I may use this word for a lot of other things. Mm-hmm. But so it's Craig Licken. See, it's not a pretty phrase.
It's not great.
But I don't need it to be pretty. I just need it to work. So
yeah.
I'm sending into chat how it is spelled. And the note that the I has the little apostrophe thing. So
I thought you said it was Craig.
No, Craig. Crack lickin' is what Fox heard.
I heard Craig lickin'.
No, Craig.
I was like, why are we licking Craig? What did he do?
I have to ask Stieg how to properly say it. But
yeah. But yeah, it looks better than it sounds.
Yeah, it looks better. I could just be butchering it. Who knows?
I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, I have.
How long do you want the next sprint to be?
30 minutes.
Okay.
I
have to go back through the playlist.
Sprint, but I'll finish the one after that probably.
Okay, so do you want to do a 30, 15, and a 30?
Can we do a 40 actually, the first one?
Yeah, let's go back up to the top. Actually, no, because it won't load.
So bad at typing on this keyboard. Like so many
There
spells.
it goes.
But it's fine.
Oh, you're good. That gave us a minute-ish.
Cool.
Oh, I must make us a new ticker.
He doesn't want to stop yet.
TC art sprint.
Bonus sprint. She is doing circles. It's really funny. It's not dinner time yet.
If you see me disappear, that means my brain could in fact not brain anymore, and I had to do something.
And I'll just be here. Okay.
No, I mean, I will return. I'll just disappear to grab something.
Okay. Sprint time.
How did it go? I'm over here now. Okay. Heyo, Dharma.
I'm at 100,009 words.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to take a picture. First, I was 100,001, and I was like, we had 1 minute left. I was like, well, we'll just keep going, I guess.
Dharma's editing the second chapter of her audiobook for a upcoming sapphic urban fantasy. I'm very intrigued. Lena sent her novella to Betas this week, and it's nerve-wracking, so I'm starting on the sequel to get my mind off things. Very fair. So are you going to keep doing sprints in the server for the night?
And then maybe take a break. Maybe stop for the night.
Oh, I'm done. I read another paragraph or so, and then there was the first sentence of the next paragraph was highlighted, and I had left a note for myself that was like, expand on this. And the thing was she's testing out cobbler recipes, and I was like, oh, I need to look up some things that, like, I just want to fact check some things, and I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. So, Hyrule Warriors.
Trying to update my word count in the spreadsheet and struggling to put in the right number of zeros. Was that right? Progress?
So thank you those who stopped in during our bonus sprint of the night.
Oh, right. I missed zeros. Is that enough zeros?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. There we go. That makes much more sense. No, I didn't write as much today though, but it's fine. I still reached my 1,000 for the day. My 1,000 minimum, and then the 100,000.
Honestly, if you weren't so close to 100,000, I would not have let you continue the stream because I think your body needs a break.
Yeah. But it's fine. It has to be, so. I don't have another option. I don't have a different body to switch out for.
Sadly. Which is why you need a new chair.
Yeah,
sorry, I couldn't resist the transition.
That's fair. So I'm done for the night, I think. Thanks, RP. And yeah, I'm kind of tired. This book is not going to be much longer. Like 100. It won't. Nice. I don't think it'll reach 125.
Sweet. That's good.
I think. And I'm finishing it this month.
Go for 200. Don't go for 200.
I'm not aiming for 200,000 words. No. It's already the longest thing I've ever written. And it's not longer than both.
Between 100,000 and 125,000 is a pretty good amount for a fantasy adventure travel
romance
gay boy story.
Yeah. I could go the MXDX route and write about gay boys who are, and my book could be longer than the Bible. Heaven's Official Blessing is longer than the Bible, which is funny because it's about heavenly officials ish. But yeah, cool. Wow. I'm gonna go walk around a little my house, get my blood flowing back to my feet because they're tingly. And yeah, and get back to it tomorrow. That's it. That's the end. All right. Bye, guys.
You're in
I
charge.
know. That's why I'm saying bye.